Alright, we are recording again. Something I realized in Streamlabs, which is the one I'm recording the screen, if you just add Google as the window, it would just keep Google, so I didn't need to cut the recordings from one tab to the other. It would just be the same. But yeah, we're here. It is Uzujigoku Massacre Teaser 4. I haven't seen the previous teasers. I'll see them later when we decide to check this project out. Class 21 Orientation. Already made my predictions. Is there anything I want to say? I'm curious as to how this is gonna go because it's been a while since I actually checked. Not a while, but like the last time I checked something that was like a blind reaction when it comes to VA reveals, it had to be the Agent's Garden one. But even then, I had checked it out like 1 or 2 days before posting the video or uploading the or like recording the video. So I'm curious to how this is gonna go. I will say there is a person here that if get casted, I might not be very happy about. I have nothing against that person, like I don't know them, but like from what I saw during the audition phase, I was not very happy with what they were doing. So if they get casted here, I might talk about it a little bit. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna talk. I'll just mention it now in case I have to. So let's see. I am nervous. I am nervous. I'm curious as to what the voices will be, you know? Because something I had recently noticed is that, I guess, not noticed, but I guess the definition of each person's voice and their, like, depth and the pitch of each person's voice is kind of different from person to person. Because, like, I remember I was auditioning for another project. I didn't get casted, obviously, but I did get some shortlists, right? Now that a casting call tells you that you can get shortlisted and stuff. So I was auditioning for a project there, and there was a character that said medium pitch, and I went for like a medium kind of voice, in my opinion. And then there was a person, like a friend of mine, who got shortlisted for that role, and they were like, I listened to the audition, and to me it sounded high pitched. So I feel like, and then there was another character that I thought was like a medium high, and another friend was shortlisted for that role, and to me they sounded deep. Like low pitch voice. So I'm like, okay, either I don't know pitches, or I guess we just give something, and then if it sounds okay to us, we choose it. Like I don't know. Maybe I can't really like understand the pitches and stuff. So I might be like very wrong on some of these. I don't want to see anything. I want to see. All right, let's just start. All right, people are gonna see this. Let's see if my predictions are correct or not. Let's see which are the voice actors. Flashing lights. I have lights on. I feel like it should be fine. But good of them to have a warning at the start. Do I need to raise now? I think we're fine. Quality? Okay. What the fuck? Alright, Genesis, Revelation. They have a lot of... Both Eden's Garden... I thought the phone was ringing. I was like, what the fuck? Both Eden's Garden and this have, like, religious themes. To some extent, right? Like, Eden's Garden, obviously, from the name and the whole stuff. And then this one has a lot of mentions from, like, the Bible and, like, passages and stuff as well. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I never said this. The Uzujigoku Massacre is, like, the revamped project. If you have seen any of, like, my past videos, you will see the first fangun I checked out was this one. But it was different back then. It was the Danganronpa Unite Heaven or Hell. So I guess back then they also had religious themes. It was Heaven or Hell. But that was the first project I actually checked out. Ever. Back then I think I was active in the server as well before it actually got very big. And then whenever a server gets really big, I just get nervous and I don't really talk there. And then I just end up mass promoting my server until I made them super annoyed at me. And at some point I left. I was like, alright, they don't want me here, I'll just leave. And then I came back for the final few stuff, right? So maybe that, if they remembered me, maybe that's why they were like, yeah, don't get this guy. Nah, I don't think that's the case. That was like way too many years ago. There's no way they will be holding beef because I was mass promoting. Which was like a stupid thing to do and didn't even help my project either. I didn't get any people from that. But, yeah. I guess after like 3 or 4 years of that happening, you were like, yeah, that was a very stupid thing to do, huh? because it just made people annoyed. Because I was promoting everywhere. So people would be seeing those ads like 12 times a day. I'd be like, yeah, okay. This is not really helping much, is it? Anyway, let's start. The Uzujigoku Massacre. It looks like a temple here. But it might just be the school. With a staircase. Yeah, it might be just a staircase leading to the school. Alright, let's see the voices. Who is the first one? Oh, is this a headmaster? Probably. Because it's orientation, right? That's a weird-ass chair, though. Headmaster?
Now that you're here...
Oh, what? Well, I'm already wrong. I'm already wrong. Okay. Alright, so Headmaster Shimabukuro is Brooke. Damn, I already got Nanako wrong. So it can't be Sabrina then, Nanako. Oh. The reason I didn't add Sabrina as Nanako was because it was Brooke only auditioned for Nanako. I'm like, Brooke is gonna be in this project. So she's gonna be Nanako and I get Sabrina be Hideo. Which I actually liked more. Sabrina's Day. All of them were pretty good though. Okay, so I was immediately one VA wrong. Though Brooke did get in. But I was immediately wrong. They didn't let me have one win. Alright.
Mochizuki, tell me, what makes you an
Ooh,
ultimate?
I like that they're rotating like it's 3D almost.
Oh. Well...
Who is this voice? Darian MacArthur?
I guess...
Alright, I'm gonna have to check this out. That name rings no bells. Unless if someone had a different name in casting call and then they chose to have their real name. That could be the case, right? Ah, man, if that's the case, I might be, like, in trouble. I wanna know who is who.
My perseverance...
I like the voice, though.
I'm really dedicated. Especially when it comes to helping people.
It sounds about how I would expect the voice to sound. Because some people went really high with her for some reason. I was like, yeah, they tell you, like, a medium-low. I think medium-low, or was it medium? Maybe medium. And people were, like, really... high-pitched for some reason, or like very like energetic, and from what I read from the character, I haven't checked out the prologue either, which maybe I should have done before auditioning, but from what I saw, like, she sounded kind of more like monotone, or more serious to like monotone, maybe depressed even, and a lot of people didn't really did that, in my opinion. Let's hear it again.
I guess... my perseverance... I'm really dedicated, especially when it comes to helping people.
Okay. No, I like it. I like it.
Your assistance is what makes you an ultimate?
No, we'll continue talking. I thought we would just...
some regards,
I thought they
yes.
would, like, do this, it would change, and Shimabukuro would be talking to someone else, and then we hear a different voice, but maybe not.
And does this aid? This primal urge to help
Brooke
people?
as the headmaster is a good choice, though. I think the voice fits. I will say, Brooke's deeper voices are really good. I guess, obviously, the gremlin voices she does are always pretty good. But I like the deep voice.
That's a stupid question, miss. Of course it does.
Cat? Really?
I don't mean to get...
Huh. Hold on, I actually need to check this out. Where did I have Cat? I definitely had them as a pick. Somewhere in there. They were really good. I had them in most roles. I don't know where I put them in predictions though. So Sabrina has to be Nanako, right? Hold on, let me check it out. I know I shouldn't, but no, she wasn't in my top 5. I'm assuming genders, by the way. I don't know all these people. There's so many of them. Did I have Kat? Yeah, it wasn't. So why didn't I have her there? Because she was at the Niners. The people that had 9. Did I add her? Was it in some other role in top 5? Or maybe not. I guess not. It was at round 3 though. He made it to the semifinals. So, and at the I fumbled at the end. It was there, okay? It was there. I was wrong. Darian MacArthur? I don't see any Darian MacArthur for Takia, though. No, I see them. Oh, I rejected them at round 8 at 2. With an 8. And I was only picking up people that had 9, in my opinion. Interesting. I guess, obviously, right, the audition part. You audition, right? And then, if they like you, be like, hello, we like you, we want to do these changes, though. And it's like, yeah, okay, we'll do the changes, and it works, right? Because I remember the Diana voice, or like Snow's voice for Diana was different in the audition and different in the VA reveal. It was more energetic, more passionate. I was like, okay, this is different from what I remember in the the audition. So maybe that's what happened with Darian here. But let's hear Kat.
Get on
Let's
my
go back.
soapbox. Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I don't mean to get on my soapbox, but I help others because it helps me. I rely on other people's happiness. So if they're cranky, I'm cranky. You know, most of the job comes with matching the vibe.
I like you, Daniel. I like you, Daniel. I feel like when in the original one, in the Heaven or Hell one, or the Unite, I feel like I wasn't a big fan of her. I might have to just go back and look at the older ones to see any similarities there. But I after like listening to all the auditions, there were a lot of people for Hideo that were really. A lot of people didn't even try to do the. What's it called? The rasp in the voice. But those that did, they had a lot of fun. I could tell they had a lot of fun.
To get on my soapbox, but I help others because it helps me. I rely on other people's happiness. So if they're cranky, I'm cranky. You know, most of the job comes with matching the vibe.
Alright, I feel like I'm gonna like.
So you'd say you're an emotional chameleon of sorts.
Chameleon? No,
Yozaisen
I wouldn't
is
say that.
Haley Neeson. Man, I got everyone wrong. What the fuck is going on here? Haley Neeson. I like the voice, though. I like the voice. I feel like Yo was one of the characters that I like the least. Because I feel like it's just very... I don't know. It's the type of character that I never really like all too much. I don't see Haley here anywhere. Maybe I just didn't... Maybe there was like a late audition and I was just like fed up. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Move on. Probably, because I didn't even have it in the first round. Interesting. I've been wrong in all 3 so far.
I think, if anything, I'm more of a...
Where's the dog?
A plant.
A plant?
Maybe.
What?
I react instead of making my own decisions.
Ah.
If someone waters me, I would thrive. But by that nature, without rain or without sun, I'd be something lesser.
That's kind of depressing, actually.
Sorry. That really doesn't make sense.
It made to me.
You're reliant on other people, you mean?
Oh.
Reliant? No. Where'd you get that?
It is! I was right!
Your friends.
I was right, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. Alright, I have one right. I have one right. I got it right.
Lot, haven't they?
They're not my friends.
I got
They're
looks
a
like a
gang.
friend.
Nothing freaking more
Oh,
than
she was trying
that.
to curse there? Okay.
There's no
Alright.
codependency.
I should go back and listen to these guys too, right? Because I
Friend.
just kind of skipped there.
You're reliant on other people, you mean?
Reliant? No.
I got only one
Where'd
right
you
so
get
far.
that from?
I'm gonna fumble so hard.
They
Okay, here's the
supported
thing. In
your
my
loss.
defense, I remember this afterwards because I was like, man, how did I sit through this doing the Eden's Garden auditions, right? How did I listen through all these auditions? And then I remembered back then, Casting Call would show you which auditions were rejected. So I just didn't look at them. So it was half the auditions. This ones didn't have that. Then again, maybe they just didn't reject anyone. Because none of my auditions got rejected. So I was like, okay. And I don't know if anyone else had rejected auditions. So maybe they just shortlisted auditions and that was it. Like, I'm not gonna reject through every single one of them. Because there were a lot of auditions. I don't know if it were more than the Eden's Garden one or not. It might be. Because I feel like
They're
the
not
community
my
is getting bigger and
friends. They're
bigger
a gang.
every year.
Nothing freaking more than that.
Obviously, when we
There's no-
sit down to predictions and stuff, I'm gonna come back and dissect every dialogue, right? For now, we're just hearing the voice. If it's someone that I already knew, had predicted, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna check too much because I already expected them to be the voice actor, you know? So let's see.
No codependency. No mutual
this?
expectation.
No.
That's me.
In fact, it's quite the opposite.
Bay Doxy.
Many sink their teeth into me, almost like leeches. Of course, it's for a reason. When you save other people, you expect them to stay and continue using you.
Oh, she's like that? Okay, I didn't realize that was how... Okay, alright. You know, I don't remember this person. Was I so wrong with his predictions? I was so good with the previous ones. No. I had... Okay, I'm looking... Bay, I'm assuming Bay with exclamation mark is the same VA. I had them in the first round. Where's the second round? I didn't have them in the second round. I had... In the second... They lost for me at the second round with 8.5. So they were close to go round 3. For my predictions. My predictions don't matter. Clearly, she got the role, so what I say doesn't matter. Interesting. I was expecting a higher pitch voice.
Sink their teeth into
Who did I
me,
have for this? I forgot what I had
almost
for
like
this.
leeches. Of course, it's for
It does
a
fit more of
reason.
the sinister. If she's more sinister in that way, more like the rich villainous that you know the standard one, which I'm assuming is what they're trying for. So who did I have for? Who did I have? Mokawi. Yeah, Mokawi was higher pitched. That's why I had her there. See, this is the thing. I feel like the ones that I had there were mostly higher pitched ones as well for Kazumi. It's what I was saying at the start. Well, you know, I might think this is what they want in terms of pitch, but I might be wrong, right?
When you save other people, you expect them to stay
Yeah, it's-
and continue using you.
Man,
But
I don't know. The
it's
voice is actually like makes me feel like, oh, this is gonna be a villain, huh? It's gonna be a problem. Okay. Kazumi, fun fact, Kazumi was from the first, I think the only characters that I did fan art of. Because, back when I was active in the server, back when it was talking about Unite, she was like the politician, whatever, and there was also Satoshi was the ultimate judge. And because in my project I had a judge and a politician, I drew like a fan art with like both of them with the same talent in one. So I had drawn Kazumi and my politician, and then Satoshi and my judge together. After the server got revamped, I don't think they have kept those. It was pretty bad. It was like on paper as well. And it was back when Kazumi had those like drills. My god. I like this design a lot more. It does feel like the more creepy vibe. The previous one was like way too extravagant. It reminded me of Celeste a little bit. This one here, I think, is more unique.
Not a mutual relationship.
She reminds me of Sabrina from
At
Pokemon.
best, it's voluntary
You know?
parasitism. I don't get anything in return, and nor do I expect anything.
You say that, but you sound so menacing. I don't get anything in return. It sounds like she just stabbed 5 people. Oh no. Alright. Oh, and the chuckle.
Do you enjoy that? Being the one perceived and
We're gonna
idolized.
listen. It's gonna be Guy, right? No.
It's a mixed bag. On
Oh, it's
one
Tukiko.
hand, it's trippy to understand anyone
Taylor Williams.
anywhere could
Well,
recognize
I don't
you
know
from
who
a
Taylor
single
Williams
woman.
is. I was wrong. See, this is the case. I don't know if I'm wrong, because, like, I don't think the Tsuko, the first one I had, was like... Hold on, let me go through these again and see. Did I have... Was there a Taylor Williams? Or any Taylor that I could have counted there? Where is Tsukiko? No. I'm not seeing anyone here. So either I just didn't count them, or it's one that didn't use their real name. So it could be Vinvox. I could be right on this one. Let's go back and listen to it again, because I was talking at the start.
And idolized.
Only to the horror from the guy so far. What the
It's
fuck?
a mixed bag. On one hand, It's trippy to understand anyone, anywhere could recognize you from a single image. Like a good sort of, wow, I really made it this far, kind of trippy. But, on the other hand,
I'm
it's
gonna
terrifying.
interrupt here. I think Tsukiko is like my favorite design of the cast so far.
Really terrifying. The fact I'll be recognized no matter where I go. It's like fame is inescapable.
Okay.
Though, I'm not trying to
By the
run
way, I
from
mean,
it
quickly
either.
look how long I've been recording. 20 minutes. Oh god. You know, I can hear the big sister vibe that they wanted. I can definitely hear it.
I sit with it.
The thing is, I don't know who it
And I guess
was in casting call, so I can't celebrate if I was right or wrong.
I'm not trying to run from it either. I sit with it, and I guess I see both sides.
Okay. I like that. I like that mindset. If I understood it correctly, obviously. I'm gonna have to go afterwards and see. They should have like revealed in the cast who got casted, right? I want to see if that was right or not. So far, I've only gone to Haru. That's
And
crazy.
would you say you're happy with
Then
the
again, to the
families
Haru,
you've
I feel like not
cultivated?
the Haru. I feel like from the guys, there were less good auditions for the guys than the girls. I feel like when I was going through the auditions, a lot of the guys that I had in like most roles were in like every role. Like Blake, for example, that I said was like in most roles that I had them. Right. I feel like a lot of people either they missed the mark, in my opinion, for the pitch, or they had bad audio, or yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was a tougher competition for the female roles.
Good
Who's this?
question. Definitely. I love
Yeah, this
my
is Kaylee.
fans.
Yeah, it's Beer Puff. Okay,
Without them,
I was right. No, I was right. I did see I saw in the server it was like Kaylee, and then it was like Yuki, and it's a Beer Puff. That's the weird how they went back to Beer Puff while the casting call was Kaylee. They changed the casting call name, but they wanted the old one in the credits. I think I had them somewhere in the rankings here, my predictions. I just didn't move on, I think. I think I had them in like, where is it? Didn't know I have them at all. That'd be crazy. Maybe I just missed someone. Because there were so many auditions, I might have just missed some of them, right? Probably, because Kaylee was pretty early on. Yeah. So either I missed, or I just assumed they were going for a higher pitch voice. Because they wanted a more childish voice in the casting call. So let's see. Let's hear it again.
Definitely. I love my fans. Without them, I'd be nothing. I wouldn't have any of this. And I wouldn't trade that for the
No,
world.
it's good.
Really?
I was expecting her to switch to the other voice, but
And I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
Aw.
You don't have any
Come on, show
regrets
us the
with
other
career
voice,
you've
too.
chosen. Any second thoughts?
no? Oh, it was just like the grunt? I want to hear the other voice, because like, from what I understood, like Yuki's gonna have like this fake, energetic voice, and the more natural, more like more bitchy voice. From what I understood.
Second thoughts?
We want to hear the grunt here, or the whatever that is.
You can be honest.
Who is it?
I mean, if it's just
Iki.
between you and me, I'm only doing it for
Blake
the
as
cash.
Iki. Interesting. Really? Did I have Blake in? I mean, probably had Blake in like I had Blake in most positions for the guys. I think because he was really good. Again, assuming genders, I don't know these people. He was really good though. Let me see. Did I have? I had the other person, Ranthony. Because again, for Iki they wanted Hispanic preferred, which is kind of weird. Because like, yeah, I had them because I had them as Akira. I just didn't include him in the Iki votes. Interesting. Okay, so I got some people in the project, but I was wrong in the placements. All right, so we're going both. Okay, I've only gone to the Haru, right? That's crazy.
I don't get enjoyment out of bowling. I dread going to alleyways and picking up those stupid balls like it's a commendable
Really?
sport.
But you still do it every time.
Yeah, 'cause I have to.
You have to?
Who's next?
Well,
Anako.
yes. For
Nia
my
Celeste.
family.
They have to be Celeste
Everything I do
Starlight,
is
right?
for my family. It's my duty as
Has
their
to
daughter
be.
to support
So it
them.
wasn't Sabrina either. What the fuck? What is happening? How wrong was I? Did I have Celeste? I had them, right? I know I had them for some roles. Not for Nanako, from what it seems. Damn, I was really wrong. Yeah, no, I had them for some other roles. Whoa, what the fuck? Almost deleted the whole thing. That would be a problem. All right, well, I suck at this. Maybe I won't even include the whole process from earlier, that like as the first recording. I was this wrong? Maybe not.
And that's what I do. I do anything
I
for
guess
them.
I don't remember how old Nanako is supposed to be, because the ones that I had in my mind, or the ones that I had as my top picks, were more childish, like the more toddler. But if Nanako is supposed to be like 12 or 13, then this voice fits a lot more. I don't remember how old she's supposed to be.
Yes. For my family.
Nia Celeste. Okay.
Everything I do is for my family. It's my duty as their daughter to support them. And that's what
I like
do.
it. I like it.
I do anything for them.
This gives us a little bit of info about the characters as well, so we can theorize for future, or I guess for the future.
You ever thought of doing something else? For
Does
just
she have
your
white eyes?
personal enjoyment?
Just noticed that.
Not your family?
It's my duty to uphold the legacy.
Chichika, who is it?
Whether or not the
Strawberry.
talent is mainstream.
Strawberry Reef. That's not who I had for Chichika for sure. I think I had Yari or something, yeah. Strawberry Reef. Who was that? Do I have them anywhere? Was I so wrong? May have been. I may not just not include the previous ones. Because I was so wrong. Strawberry. I remember Strawberry auditioning near the end. Someone named Strawberry. But because I was so fed up with all the auditions at the time, I just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I kind of just didn't really... the last ones, unless it was someone that was like, oh, that's crazy. Get in there. It's kind of just... didn't really, you know. Be honest, I just got like, okay, I'm just gonna move on. Whatever. I don't know. I know I had some strawberry. No, it was strawberry milk. Maybe that's not the one. Maybe that's someone else. Now I'm not confused. I'm gonna have to like look into the actual editions at the end. The Cascon will have them, right? They must have them, so we can see how wrong or right I was. See, the one I want to hear for Jishiko is the screaming lines, because she was supposed to like very emotional.
My duty
So that's how I
to uphold the legacy.
rated the Jishiko dish. Like, okay, let's see how many of you can scream without peeking the mic. Because a lot of them were
Whether
peeking
or
the
not
mic.
the talent is mainstream or even appreciated, I would still do it. When generational expectations sit on your shoulders, you can't do anything but what you're told to.
You know what I realized so far? Only Dakota and Brooke have been in this from the Eden's Garden VAs, so maybe I was wrong. Maybe not all of them will get in.
Are those expectations crushing?
Who
Overwhelming?
is this?
No.
Not at all.
Hikimaru. Jason Sinowisk.
I performed
Yeah,
just fine.
Jason, I
Doesn't
think I
matter
saw
if there's
they
a-
were casted as well. When I saw Kaylee too, or Beerpuff, I just didn't... I had them somewhere. I definitely had Jason, because Jason was good. Just don't know where I had him. Was he for Maro? No. For Tadaharu, I had him as my number 3 for Tadaharu. For what I'm looking at. And I had it was my number 2 pick for Akira. So I wasn't even close. My first 2 picks for Akira already got casted elsewhere. Damn, okay. Let's hear it again.
Overwhelming?
No.
Not at all.
I performed just fine. Doesn't matter if there's a trophy involved.
Again, this is me not understanding, because this to me sounds like medium low, and I think they were looking for low and deep. But maybe that's what I assumed. It's hard to recognize, like, it's hard to tell which pitch falls under which, I think. I don't know if there's an actual, like, reference for everyone. Like, this is this. It sounds low,
Are those
but I expected Maru to sound a lot deeper. Jason was good though.
crushing.
The additions his ability were really good.
No.
Hence why I remember the name.
Not at all.
Celeste was my number
just
2 pick for
fine.
Tsukiko. That's why I was like I had them for some role. It was my number 2 pick for Tsukiko, but she got Nanako instead. Okay. I just saw this in the stuff.
Doesn't matter
Jason
if there's a trophy
Zimoski?
involved.
Zimoski? I don't know. Zimowisk?
Although I
Zimoski?
do
don't know.
better with their
I can't pronounce the
stats.
name.
You
Alright.
find stress beneficial?
Sometimes.
Oh, Tsukiko. Oh, Tsukiko.
Can
Utano.
you elaborate?
Yes.
Box of my heart. So it has to be the box one, right? I definitely remember them. There were a lot of good Utano editions, from what I recall. I don't think it was my number 1 pick, though. Let me find Utano. What the fuck? Okay, it wasn't the top 5, but I'm pretty sure it was in the, like, the... Yeah, it was in the round 3. So it was, like... It was there. I was close. I just didn't add them. I don't know why.
It can be.
I think Utano
confusing.
might be my favorite character, though, from, like, the lines, the how awkward she sounded in, like, most editions and stuff like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
Can you elaborate?
Yes. I can.
I like that they made a character with a big
confu-
nose as well. Most of the times in, like, this kinds of art styles, you don't see that. It's like, no, man, give some people big noses. Come on.
Using.
Is this stress negatively
Who is this next?
impacting your
I've
relation
got only one
to
person
work?
right.
No, it's
Satoshi.
more of a garnish.
Christopher
Though it's not
Cass.
necessarily debilitating. My biggest stressor is those who watch my trials as a source of entertainment. I must always act on my best
Bro sounds like
behavior.
a vampire. What the fuck? That's crazy. He sounds like an actual vampire. Christopher. Did I have you anywhere, Christopher? I have a Chris. Chris Casual. That was 8.5. It was almost there for me, but something made me not put them higher in round 2. Let's hear it again. I like it. It sounds more. It sounds more like a vampire. It does look like a vampire. It does sound more menacing, I guess.
No,
I was expecting.
it's more of
I was
a
expecting Satoshi to be more smooth in the. Like the one that sounds more friendly. I is a friendly guy, but maybe I was wrong here. Satoshi sounds more menacing with,
Though it's
with
not
Christopher here.
Necessarily
It might be
debilitating.
Christopher Kaz, because the other one is Chris Casual. So maybe Kaz Casual. I don't know.
My biggest stressor is those who watch my trials as a source of entertainment.
He also sounds like a villain.
I
What the
must
fuck?
always act on my
He sounds like a villain too. I like it. I like it.
best behavior.
What the fuck?
But I wouldn't say it's a negative. Not on any fronts, no. It's a reminder of my duty as a respected
Oh yeah, I
person
forgot to say
in
this.
power.
Because I did say that I didn't play the demo yet. I was actually waiting for the VAs to come out because I'm sure they will have like an update with like the voices in the demo and stuff, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out when I have voice acting. All right,
This pressure.
bro. The fact that I only got
The
one
prestige.
right is insane. I got 9 in the previous one. I did, and I got only 1 so far. That's great. There's how many VAs are left? Hold on. How many are left? We lost Takio. Okay, so it's Akira is. But I'm wrong with Akira because my Blake and Jason already got casted, so it can't be any of my first 2 picks. If it's Joshua, we're in. Taiga is still there. I feel like Switch, it has to be Taiga, right? So we have Akira, Taiga, Seikichi, hoping for Noah. Anastasia. Ken. I have Ken for. I had Joshua both for as the Ken pick. Okay, so it's like 4. Then it's the Yunko and Madarame and the extra character, which they might not show right now. If I do 1 out of like 20, that's gonna be atrocious. It's gonna be atrocious. It's gonna be horrible. Okay, what's
Just
next?
being an ultimate.
It has to be another guy, right?
Differently.
Never mind. It's Anastasia.
Definitely
It's Crystal.
be more
Yes,
careful.
Crystal. I got it. I was right. 2. Let's go, Chris. Crystal. Crystal is actually one of the people in the one project that you can hear me in. Alongside Brooke. Chris, I'm not gonna like listen too much because it was my favorite. It was my pick for Anastasia. Also, fun fact. If you go back to the Unite era, back when it was the old one, Anastasia was called Ivanov, and I was like, hey guys, so the Russian last names change depending on the gender, so the female one will be Ivanova, not Ivanov, and they change it. Little trivia, fun fact. Let's continue.
When I like talk with a client, I have to be specific with what I say. In case
I like that they didn't actually have the accent. I feel like there was a thing like when I was with like other characters of mine. When you were asking for like we have a character that's not like American or Japanese, and you're like, hey guys, we want this accent, or they see that this character is not standard like American or Japanese, they're gonna put the accent. A lot of people either can't do the accent, or the people that can do the accent will not be in the best, like the one that's the best setup. So I feel like it's best to just not ask for an accent, right? Like, unless you know for a fact you have someone that can do the accent perfectly fine, ask it like, hey, I want this guy to have an accent. Unless it's like the standard British that everyone can somehow do, the very posh one that everyone does, the one accent. I feel like asking for, because like some of the Anastasia ones had the Russian accent, and it sounded wrong to me. I don't know why. It was like, this doesn't sound right. I think it's best to just not have the accent, you know? Because they were not asking for Iki to have a Spanish accent. So why should Anastasia have one? I know that Anastasia is like the only foreigner. But like, I don't think she needs an accent. I think she's fine.
There are many times
Now,
I wish
Crystal's
I
really
could
good.
scream at them, but I cannot. So instead, I laugh and occasionally rack up the prices with unnecessary tax.
Alright.
Though, do not go telling people I said
Oh, too
that.
bad it's on video.
Almost like your work life. Your talent, per se.
I'm smelling
Has become a
Akira.
persona of sorts.
Oh, it's Eikichi. Who is it? Fyodor Krupa.
You can answer. It's okay.
I understand that, ma'am.
Are you nervous?
Nervous?
Are you nervous of me?
That was all we get for Seikichi? What? My guy, why did he say it's like 2 lines? He said 4 words. He said nervous, and then one other thing. What? That's all we get for Seikichi?
Persona of sorts. You can answer. It's okay.
I understand that, ma'am.
Are you nervous?
Nervous?
He said 5 words. Are you serious? Why did they only give him 5 words? I can't work with that. Fyodor Krupa. That name does not ring any bells. Maybe they just went under like a different name in like casting call, and this is their real name. Okay, at least I'm happy he's not the person that I was thinking, because I had them as a potential pick, the one I was taking at the start, but it was not them, because of them they had a different name. It was definitely not Noah, right? It could be Raijin or Kawenki. Could be one of these guys, unless if there's a Theodore that I skipped over. I don't see anyone. And it's been a long time, so I don't remember I won't see them say, oh yeah, it's this one, obviously. I don't know. I don't think I had them there, but maybe it was just different. It's probably a different name, right? It's probably like their actual name compared to the cast and call nickname or like username. So I can't say much. And sadly, we didn't get enough words. The Seikichi lines were so crazy. I love the Seikichi ones. But maybe they wanted more down-to-earth character. But then again, they had like Morty as a voice reference. So I don't know. We only had 5 words. I can't really determine how much I like this or not. Maybe I'll just go back and listen to the actual edition afterwards and see for myself.
You can answer. It's okay.
It sounds familiar. It sounds like I have heard of their voice before.
Are you
but
nervous?
just don't remember which one it is.
Nervous?
Are you nervous?
The fact that I got
of
only
me?
2 right is crazy, though.
No.
The Yunko has to be Magenta Marie, right? It has to be. If it's not, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Is in front of you?
Frankly,
Ken.
a little bit.
Trenton
While
Wild
I wish I could say I'm confident
has
in
the
all
accent.
that, I'm really just nervous. Always worrying about the possibilities and what might happen. But then, I realize my position. Where I'm at. Where I'll be, and suddenly, that feeling goes away.
I like it. I don't know who this is, though. It's definitely not Joshua, the one I had as a pick. Again, I don't think there was any Trenton. The voice is very familiar, so I feel like I did have them somewhere. But I'm pretty sure there was no Trenton in the casting call. Whoa. No. Stop that. No. Stop. My phone is doing things. I need to, like, clear up some space. It's actually acting up until I do. Yeah, I didn't have... Again, people choose to have the real names over the casting call names. Obviously, that's the good pick, in my opinion. I did the same when I was casted for that project with Rook and Crystal. So, I get it. It just makes it harder for me to be like, who is it? I like the voice, though. It has the accent, which a lot of the editions for Ken didn't have, or they just didn't sound good. He sounds old, which is what they wanted, right? He clicks everything. He checks everything, I guess. Let me see, we're going for 40 minutes. I want to go back and listen to everything again afterwards and have, like, more comments on it. But, sadly, I don't have a lot of time today. And 9 minutes ago, the Kill Cure VA reveal dropped. I think it was supposed to drop at 7. It's like 7:09. So, if I want to get that out as well, I might have to not really comment too much. I'm not going to need to pick everything like I did with Eden's Garden. We'll see.
He's worrying about the possibilities and what might happen. But then, I realize my position.
I like his accent.
Where I'm at.
It is a good Ken voice.
That feeling goes away.
So who are left? It's Taiga, Akira. Akira might be last. Or Akira. Akira might be last, actually, because I think he's like a side protagonist. So Akira, Taiga, Jiyunko, obviously. So it's Jiyunko, Madarame, the extra character. I think it's them. That's all. So I think it's gonna be Taiga now.
Your abilities?
Oh,
it has to be Switch, right?
Certainly. It's what makes me
Noah.
Me. I don't think I could ever host if I wasn't aware I was good at it.
You know what? Noah was my second pick. It was my second pick for Taiga. I picked Switch over Noah because Switch was checking the Black VA part as well. Noah though, okay, good. Noah was my Seikichu pick, but they were also really good as Taiga.
Cry for attention, but thankfully I know how to charm.
I can't count that as a win though. I didn't predict. I was like, it was my second pick, it was my first. Man, I got only 2 right. How did I go from 9 to 2? How did I fall, bro? How did I fall so badly? Alright.
And I know how to make
I listened to those editions way too much. I'm not gonna sit here too much because they were really good.
Do you think charisma
has to be
is
accurate now.
business?
Probably.
Who is this one though?
To keep it real though,
Matthew.
I hope it's not. I hope people believe in me and my company because they trust what we have to offer. Because they look at our product, our work environment, and our ethos and say,
alright. Okay. Alright, so Matthew, here's what I was referring to earlier, which I didn't really like about the edition part.
Hey, that's a company to believe in. If I knew they were only in on it because of me?
It has nothing to do with like Matthew's like skills as a VA. I think Matthew is really good. From what I listened, he was really good. What I noticed doing some auditions, I don't know if he did that with all the auditions because I wasn't checking like daily. Oh, actually, I was checking daily, but I wasn't checking everything daily. At least what I noticed in the Seikichi auditions, that was when I noticed it, was that for me, it was a bit wrong the way he handled the auditions. For me. Because, like, he made a lot of submissions, which is, yes, you can submit many times. I guess if they let you, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But every time it was, like, more and more, like, ad-lib. There were more additions to the lines, to the point that he was flexing his skills. He has a lot of skill. He's really good. But at some point, it was, like, 4-minute long audition for at least the Seikichi ones. I don't know, I don't remember the other ones. For the Seikichi ones were the ones that I noticed this. Maybe he really wanted the Seikichi role, and that's why he did a lot of the takes and stuff. But after a while, it's like, okay, you're kind of flexing way too much, because it's good. But at the same time, if they let you just do whatever lines you want, then they wouldn't give you specific lines. Because then it's like, well, the other guys idiots? The other, like, 100 people that auditioned with the given lines, that didn't add another 2 or 3 lines per take. I don't know. That's the thing I didn't like. It seemed a bit not cool, in my opinion. Nothing to say with, like, the person itself, like, anything like that. I don't know, Matthew. He could be a great person, for all I know. And I'm not gonna, like, assume negative stuff. It's just that personally, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. When I would see, like, every day a new submission that was longer and longer and had more added stuff that wasn't in. Because, like, other people ad-libbed as well, right? Like, Blake had ad-libs here and there, but it was just, like, 1 or 2 words and nothing insane. But anyway, I digress. Matthew is good. It wasn't my pick for Akira, though. I think I had him in the Seikichi as, like, number 3 or 4. Yeah, he was my 4th pick for Seikichi. I think I was expecting a deeper voice for Akira, because that's why I had Blake in there, and Jason.
I hope it's not.
Again, I don't remember. Maybe it was just the
I hope people
Seikichi one,
believe in me
and he just
and
did
my
one
company
audition for the
because
others.
They trust what we have to offer, because they look at our product, our work environment, and our ethos and say, "Hey, that's a company to believe in."
He does sound like a salesman.
If I knew they were
he
only
does sound
on
like a
it because of
salesman.
me, well, I think I'd feel.
I think we're done with the students, right?
That's all my questions. Thank you.
Yeah, we're done with the students. So are we gonna see the extra one? You know what's crazy? The only VAs from Indus Garden here were Brooke. That's not even the main cast. And Dakota. Right? Yeah. I guess maybe because they did say that they don't want to be associated, like they're not like the same. Because people were asking if it's like a sequel, like in the same universe as Indus Garden. Maybe like we don't want to be like that close. We have similar team members, team staff, but not that close. Maybe like I don't want to pick everyone from that team, which makes sense, right? A lot of names are names that I feel like are new in the Fangun community, as they're not like the big names. Because people from like the big Fanguns did audition, right? We had people from Indus Garden, we had people from Despair Time, right? We had people from those, like Black Roses, for example, the voice from Jay, Mokai, that I mentioned earlier. So there were people from like the big Fanguns. So like, Heartless Deceit as well, Ramen was in there. But they went with newer people. I like that. I like that they went with people that are not in the big Fanguns, at least. There are other projects. Like I feel like Noah has been in a lot of smaller Fanguns, like casting calls. I don't know if he's been in any actual released stuff. Well, I have Ziyunko and Madarame left. I feel like I will be right with Ziyunko. And that's it. I don't know. We'll see. We're done with the audition part. Or I guess the orientation part. I'm gonna see the extra character. Because the extra count cannot be Shumabukuro, right? Because there was like a friendly girl or something, like a friend. So there's no way the friend is the headmaster. Maybe they won't show us who the extra characters.
Are you scared?
Yeah, there we go. Magenta Marie. Yeah. That was my favorite edition.
Does salvation terrify
Marie here, Marie's voice. I'm telling you, I actually got chills right now just from this. It was my favorite one. I will say, it was my favorite. It's like when I listened to the ones, I was like, okay, they wanted to have this mother quality for Ziyunko to feel like to have the gentleness, but also like be eerie. And Marie was the only one that fit the part. Like I was like, there's no other There's no one else that sounds this menacing yet caring at the same time. Like, I'm telling you, she reminded me of, again, the evil, like, mothers in old Disney animation movies, right? Like the old ones, not the newer ones. It's good. It's really good. Who's gonna switch to? Who are we looking? No one. I'm gonna switch to Madarame. Madarame is huge. I saw the smile. I was like, what? This guy's big. Yeah, it's Dylan. Alright, you know what? I'm happy I got the last two. I got the last two right. Okay, I got Dylan here, and I got Ziyunko. Okay, so it was 4. If you consider that the 3 in the Edith's Garden one were already, like, contacted, so I was free, then that means I had 6 out of 16. So now I had 4 out of, like, 20 or whatever. So it was worse percentage-wise, but it was around the same wavelength, I'll say. Dylan is also really good.
A spectacle. There is no change.
Dylan's voice, the depth that Dylan has here. I don't know what the D stands for, because before it was D Hernandez. It was like, I don't know, like Hernandez. I don't want to call him D. But I know that the name is Dylan here. Dylan's voice, the depth, it's insane. I'm sorry. This is what I consider as like, oh, deep voice? This is the deep voice. I have it in my mind. Maybe I'm fanboying too much because like his take on Jean was like one of my favorite performances, I think, in the Edith's Garden part. So whenever I see Dylan in some other projects, I'm like, yes, I want more of this.
Only suffering.
This is the flashing lights that were promised.
Sitting in this.
We're not gonna see the extra character, huh?
Why? Suffering.
Yeah, this is more horror themed than the usual projects like Fangans. Is this it? Are we done?
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, there we go. I was right. I told you. Weeby as the extra character makes the most sense. It makes the most sense. I got 5. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take 5 out of like 20. 1/4. Right? Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah, it made the most sense. It made the most sense. Because Weeby was good in her auditions, but some of them were really good. Some of them you could hear that, okay, she's starting out. You could hear it at some auditions. And some of them were really good. Like, I think this one was really good. I think her Hideo was really good. I don't remember which one. I think it was the Yuki one, I think the Yuki one, I was like, I can hear that maybe something didn't go very well here. I think she go for Yuki, right? So the Weeby being the extra character, Weeby being the extra VA makes the most sense. Because you have Weeby in there as, oh, look guys, fangun community. Weeby's in the project. And also, it's not the biggest role that will have way too much expectations of the VA, right? Because if she's starting out now, it makes sense to start with like a big project, for sure, but a smaller role, so it's not as challenging, right? I'm assuming it could be very challenging role as well, but that's like my thought process was this, and I was right. I got it right. Got 5 right. I'll take it. The last 3, I had like the second wind. I screwed up in the first 10 minutes of the video, but the last few, I got it right. I also want to pee, so I'm gonna be quick at the end, bro. I want to pee so badly. I don't know, I'm telling you this.
Wouldn't you agree, Taki?
Okay, so she's Takiya's friend. So maybe she's dead, it's like a ghost haunting her.
This cold, quiet suffering.
The laughing is creepy as fuck.
It's not so quiet anymore.
What'd you say?
But it's not so quiet anymore.
Is that like her face? The fuck was that? I think that someone was laughing. Jaden did a lot of work, it seems. Was in 3 positions. Oh, that was sudden. All right. honestly, the way they handled the VA reveal was insane. I think that my favorite part about this is the way they handled the VA reveal. They didn't need any like flashing of, ooh, the character here is sitting, and then you have the name and stuff, which is the most like standard way of introducing the VAs, which is how they do it. They actually went a very unique way of introducing the VAs, and it's also fitting the can see which ones are the most listened to, huh? It also fits with the theme, since they want to go with a horror theme. It does fit the horror theme, and it's supposed to be like older as well. It's not like in modern day. It's a bit like the 90s, I think, the 80s, something like that. So it makes sense. I like it. Pretty good. I was surprised by some of the picks here. I feel like I might have gotten more than 5 right. I guess when I check them out, I can see if, did I get this right or not? You can hear like an extra bit of maybe like, hey, update, I got these guys right, or something. I don't know. Because some people did have their real names, which wasn't their username, obviously, so maybe I got them right. I don't remember the voices all too much, aside from some that I was very certain. So, yeah. Who's my favorite one out of all of them? I don't know. It's rough. I feel like Kat did really good with Hideo. Who else? Tadaharu, I got Dakota was pretty good as Tadaharu. I was expecting that. Kazumi was very eerie. Kazumi and Satoshi sound like villains, which I wasn't expecting. Who else did I really like? I mean, Blake was really good in all these editions. I was expecting to be in the project 100%. I didn't know which one it's gonna be. I was like, I'm gonna cast you as Akira, and then I'm done with you because I don't know where else to put you. He was every single one. Maru was deeper, lighter than I expected, pitch voice. Who else we got? Anastasia, yes. Chris. I wanted to hear more of what's his name? Theodore here. He said 5 words. He said 5 words. I feel like that's the biggest crime. He was my favorite one as a character, in the audition part. And I feel like in the audition parts, if I like the character the most, they're probably gonna be my favorite moving onwards as well. The same thing happened with Wolfgang. He was my favorite from the audition part, and then it continued to stay that way. Noah as Taiga was something I didn't expect, but I approve. He was my second pick. Noah was my second pick. What else we got? We got Akira here. Again, it sounded higher than I expected. I was expecting a more deep voice. Or more low, I guess. Because there was a medium low as a requirement. Zuyunko, very good. Madarame, very good. And Weeby News as the special one at the end. The laughs were crazy. Can I get the frame here of the face forming? I'm gonna assume that whoever this person is, the friend of Takio, is probably dead. And she gets nightmares or hallucinations of the character during this, because this is supposed to be a horror theme, right? So this could be just walking around and then you just see her floating around and doing shit and jump scaring you. I don't know. I haven't played the demo, so I don't know how scary this gets. But when I saw the sprite of Madarame, I was like, okay, this guy's crazy. That's crazy, bro. All right, I'm gonna. Where should I leave it? I'm gonna leave it where we see here Takio. There we go. I'm gonna leave it here with Takio. And yeah, honestly, pretty solid VA reveal. Pretty good voices. I'm expecting that. I'm assuming they will do an update to the demo and have them with the voices, right? So then we can check it out when that happens. I don't know when I'm gonna put this in the. When I'm actually gonna check it out, right? Because I have the spare time and Heartless Deceit so far in my plate, right? So I'm gonna see. If you were wondering why it wasn't an option when I was doing the poll to see which one's gonna replace Into the Garden as the next thing I'm gonna check out, it was because I was waiting for the VA reveal before I proceed with more content from this. Now that it's here, we can check it out. That would probably wait until until the update with the voices. But that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Do take care, and until next video. What the fuck was I saying? I lost my trail of thought. I lost my trail of thought because I realized I didn't say that everyone here did a good job. Go and support, obviously, the team. I think they really did it good. All the people that worked here. Flammable Liquid, Soze, Jaden, Bale, Queen. Queen, I think, is the director behind this. Milky, Orange, I think that's everyone, right? Yeah. Big wins. Congrats on the reveal. Congrats on the VAs for getting casted. And for those that didn't get casted but auditioned, don't let this bring you down. This kind of thing, like auditions for like any, obviously for any job, but auditions of this kind will always have a lot of losses. But I think you need to look at the positives and improve on yourself. That's why I like to check the other auditions when I audition for projects, because I want to see the competition and I want to see what others did that I didn't, so I can keep in mind on how to improve moving forward, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Don't get lost, get the better of you. I'll say this. For me, the W of this case was I didn't get any rejections. I don't know if they rejected auditions this time, but I didn't reject any auditions. The last project I auditioned, I was shortlisted. Where I have progress. This is how it goes. I was thinking of like putting some of my audition at the end there, but I feel like that's gonna be kind of disrespectful to the actual people that got casted. So I'm not gonna do that. If anyone wants to check my auditions, see how well I did, aside from, you know, the shitty stuff I do when I record videos, I'm pretty sure I have it linked somewhere in my YouTube channel. Anyway, that'll be all for today. For real this time. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, do take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, so a bit of an update on the video reveal and predictions. I went into the server and I looked at the people. I checked the casting call and they hadn't actually casted any of the characters. It was just casted offsite. So I couldn't make sure if I was correct or not for these. So I checked out the server to see for myself again. Oh, I just realized I skipped Utano. Oops. Well, I know where she was though. Okay, so final, how were my predictions? How accurate were they? So Takia was Darian. For me, Darian, I had round 2, so she made it to round 2 for my predictions. I gave her an 8 out of 10, which was not enough to get to round 3. I don't know what bugged me or what made me not put her higher, I don't know, but she was there for Darian, so I wasn't close at all. For Akira, it was Matthew. I had Matthew again in round 2, but I gave him an 8.5. I'm not sure why I didn't give him 8.5. I guess maybe because I was expecting a deeper voice, so maybe that's what made me not put him for round 3. But it was close. A lot of this, you will see, I didn't get a lot correct, but a lot of this, I was close, but not close enough to get the predictions right. So that was the case. For Kazumi with Bay, I had around 2, 8.5. Again, same with Matthew. A lot of this, you see, I had 8.5, like close to round 3, but for some reason I didn't make them to like round 3, so they can then put them in the final top 5. So for Taiga, it was Noah. Noah was my second pick for Taiga, right? It was my second pick. For Yuki with Kaylee, I don't know what happened with Beer Puff. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I just didn't hear her audition. I had her nowhere. I don't know what happened there. For Satoshi, Chris Casual, it was Chris Casual. Christopher here. And again, just like Matthew and Bay, it was on the round 2 with 8.5. I don't know what was going on with me giving 8.5s and now passing them for some reason. For Tsukiko, it was apparently the VA, it was not the one I was thinking of. It was Strawberry Milk, which again, shocking, 8.5 on round 2. So I guess I was close to picking the correct people, but then never actually proceeded them with the next round for some reason. I don't know what made me not prep in the original editions, because they were pretty solid in the takes there. Maybe the pitch was not what I was thinking. I think I missed Utano here somewhere, right? Yeah, I skipped Utano here, and Seikichi. I just noticed that. Seikichi, I'm actually not sure at all who it was. Maybe I just didn't hear the audition, or maybe I skipped it by accident. For Utano, Box, they was on round 3. I just didn't put them in my top 5. I don't know why again. Originally I had like made a whole list of everyone ranking them, but then I deleted everyone below top 5, so I can't remember where I had them, but they were close. I was close with Box here, with Utano. With Tsukiko, I already said the Tsukiko, yeah I did. Tadahara was correct, I got Dakota correct. For Kat here with Hideo, it was on round 3, I just didn't put her in my top 5 picks, my top 5 predictions, but I had proceeded with Kat further on. Kat was closer than any other so far. Actually, no, Noah was my second pick, so I was closer with Noah. And I get Dakota right. So Yo, I just noticed that, is actually Black Roses. So it's Jay's VA. I didn't realize that. And she was my 4th pick for Yo. It was my top 4th prediction as Yo. So I was close with her as well. And Nanako, again, I have no clue who it is. the Discord doesn't remind me of any names I have on the list. I got Chris Dolly right with Anastasia. Ken Sakai Trenton was actually Supersonic Player, who was my second pick for Ken. So again, I was close with those. So I was close with some of these. And Jihiko turns out to be actually Yari. I guess I don't know Yari's name. I was expecting to see Yari as a credit. So it was Yari. It was my top 1 pick. So I got Yari correct as well. I guess I just hadn't listened to the voice that long enough to actually recognize who it was. Again, with it keeping Blake, I had Blake in almost every role for up to round 3. I just put Blake as my Akira pick, so I didn't put him in any other roles. But makes sense. And then Ziyunko and Madarame and the extra character were all correct. It was Magenda Marie, Dylan Hernandez, and Weeby News. So, in the end, I got 6 correct. So, technically speaking, it was exactly the same as Intis Garden, because Intis Garden I had 9, but 3 of them were like freebies, because the team was like, hey, we will contact you, and stuff like that. So, I kind of knew that they were getting casted for this role. So, technically speaking, I got 6 correct. I had 2 characters, or 2 VAs, as second picks, so it was close. I had 1 with the 4th pick, was close. And a lot of people that I just didn't proceed for some reason. But yeah, for those who were interested in the final predictions and how accurate I was, I got a 6 out of 19 with correct, 6 out of 19 correct. I got 2 close as my second picks, and I got 1 as 4th, and then some of them were in the top, but I just didn't rank them in the top 5, and then some of them were I didn't proceed with them anymore. But yeah, honestly, I think it was more successful than the Edith's Garden one because they had a lot more auditions for me to go through and predict. So I think even though I had 6 and not 9, like the previous one, I was pretty close. Anyway, that's about it. It's already a long video, so I'm just gonna cut it here. Yeah, anyway, yeah, bye-bye.